Hey, welcome to another round of your favorite show, UpVoted Chaos. My name is Danton Lamar, sitting here with Mickey Dykeman and Clif Knight. Follow us on Instagram, smash the like button, follow, do all the things. Let's get into it.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. All right. Today's stories come from a couple different places. We've got some that are from I Don't Work Here, and some where it's basically, that's not my job.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
These are Gen Z stories.
Yes. Basically, everybody who wrote these is under 22.
Yeah. Good for them.
Hard concept to wrap your head around if you were born before 1995, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely is. They ingrain that into you. You don't have a job, you're going to die.
I've had a job since I was 13.
Yeah, I've been working at least every summer since, 13, 14.
I am 13, 14, and I'm working.
One thing I did notice that someone mentioned we do in North America a lot, when you meet somebody and you ask them, what do you do? Means what is your job? Whereas like when I was in Europe, and even parts of like the Caribbean, nobody really cares what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the reason we ask that here is like, what do you do? What can you do for me?
Well, and people take your job as part of your status very much too.
Yeah.
So it's all of that combined.
Gen Z they won't do things that aren't in their job description.
Okay, so first story we've got is from I Don't Work Here.
The sub is, I don't work here, lady.
First story we've got is some guy storms up to me and says, I need extra towels in 402 right now.
Got a cum emergency.
I was waiting in the lobby of a hotel for a friend to come down. I was wearing black pants, a white button-up, and holding my phone. Pretty standard outfit. Some guy storms up to me and says, I need extra towels in 402 right now. I smiled and said, sorry, I don't work here. He narrowed his eyes, looked me up and down, and said, then why are you standing behind the desk? So, because the desk was just a high counter table with chairs, and I was literally scrolling Instagram. Like, he thought I worked there.
It looked like you were looking at a thing behind the desk.
Yeah. I stood up, showed him my backpack, and said, because it's a chair, not your personal helpline. What?
Because he's sitting in the chair. And he feels the man is treating him like a helpline.
Oh, man.
That whole section right there doesn't make sense. He narrowed his eyes, looked me up and down, and said, then why are you standing behind the desk? Because it was just a high counter table with chairs, and I was literally scrolling Instagram. I stood up, showed him my backpack, and said, here because it's a chair, I'm not your personal helpline. He huffed, went to the actual front desk, where the staff were wearing navy blazers with name tags, and loudly complained about your employee ignoring me. Front desk clerk looked at me and said, sir, she doesn't work here. And even if she did, snapping at people isn't how you get towels.
Or is it?
Best part, his wife walked up behind him, smacked his arm, and said, you're embarrassing me again.
Oh! Should have smacked his ass.
I mean, she should have. It seems pretty cut and dry. Dude was a fucking asshole coming out of nowhere. Just being like, I demand towels because you are sitting and look like you work here.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't assess anything beyond she was sitting behind a tall table.
Yeah.
How crazy would it have been if she was like, look at my backpack, inside there's towels. Or like, look at my backpack, has a gun. Like, I feel like there's...
So like he came over snapping to get her attention.
Yes.
And it's like, I would like to now do a spoken word piece about man. I was in a hotel and I got wet, so I decided to get some towels. I used my vowels, but she did not hear me, so I had to snap, snap, snap. And then she said, I don't work here. And then I said, why are you behind the desk?
I like how gay you're making it.
That's not gay, that's spoken word. That's
Which
that is how they do it.
Okay.
It's supposed to be
gay.
ambiguous.
There's always an embarrassed woman behind these guys.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that would punch me when I'm doing mascotting work. And there's always a girlfriend behind who's just like, I'm so sorry, he's 45, I don't know what
It's
to
like,
do.
what does he need these towels for so urgently?
Yeah.
I already told you, there's a cum disaster. I think it's pretty funny that he thought that she was punking him, that she just was like...
Just like, I'm not.
Don't want to do my
doing
job.
pranks.
Yeah.
Doing pranks. And then he had to go up and clarify.
When you're at a hotel, staff pretty much always has a name badge on.
Or they look overtly like staff.
Yeah. There's nothing to really suggest it here, but I'm assuming races on this one. Alfredo guy.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely an Alfredo guy. Definitely a white guy coming up to probably a person of color, being like, do this thing.
I need towels.
Obviously, you work here.
Also, can't you just call?
Yeah, you can call the front desk and ask for more towels.
Can't you just
You didn't have to leave the room.
go to the pool and yank some?
Here's the other thing. Every hotel I've ever stayed in, the extra towels are in the room.
There's always a couple.
No, he went through them all,
Yeah.
and then that's where the real story is.
I see, yeah. And then the fact that his wife also came out.
Yeah, she was just, where was she while this out? She's just standing behind him.
That's what it sounds like. Like he tore through this lobby and she just caught up.
Yeah.
And she's just like witnessing this from a distance.
It sounds like
she's like,
he needs these towels to cover up something she doesn't know about.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
He pooped somewhere.
Yeah.
He pooped somewhere real good. You can only shove so much of it under the bed. It's a situation.
Ooh, all of the toilet paper is flushed.
I used to pretty routinely in my dorm room, our doors would lock automatically for our safety. The only one it ever kept out was me. And multiple times I got locked in my room in a towel. And I had to go down the front desk, which is sort of a switcheroo of this situation.
Yeah, this is a crazy moment. Like, somebody's just kind of dressed somewhat nice and sitting there holding a phone, and you assume. Just assume and are an ass about it.
What hotel staff has a backpack on?
Well, apparently it was on the floor, but still. When you came in and checked in, like, you went to the front desk.
Yeah.
You know, you knew where the front desk was. So you come down and accost somebody at a table that's not the front desk.
Also, I'm assuming this is North America. No staff are ever sitting down.
No.
Staff aren't allowed to
They're not allowed to, because they're called lazy by Americans for sitting down. That's why cashiers aren't allowed to sit down in North America. It's because people complain about them being lazy at work. And it's like, their job is literally to be in one spot.
Yeah.
Because so there's no way that you came up to someone sitting, looking not busy, thought they were staff, they told you they weren't staff, and then you're like, you're lying to me.
Which is so elaborate.
I'm gonna go complain to your boss, who is also pretty much the same level of employee I think you are.
Yeah.
Right?
The person he's looking for has that fake customer service smile where their mouth is smiling but their eyes are dead, like the...
Yeah.
That's definitely it.
Yeah. And especially, like, someone's dressed kind of nice and it doesn't fit the hotel motif, I'm gonna assume that's the manager. I'm not asking them
manager
for
for towels, no.
Yeah, that's never what's going on.
The theme song for this story is Come On Eileen.
You really want to push this comment? Somebody has experience?
He's ashamed. Yeah, totally, for sure. That's me.
I love top comment. Plot twist, dude probably does this in every lobby he walks into. Panera Bread, extra towels. DMV, extra towels.
Yeah. Well, it's not Ari the asshole, but you are an asshole and she don't work there.
Yeah, no, he's definitely...
So figure yourself
just
out.
a weird fucking
Lady,
asshole.
get you a new man who needs to use a reasonable amount of towels.
So you know this happens on the regular.
Everywhere. How many
Right.
towels do you think they own at home? Like, how many?
That's probably what it is. He's probably trying to take the towel.
More towels back. You'd be like, I can only have hotel towels.
He has
closets and closets.
He has
full.
a closeted hotel towel reselling business, and he thinks he can get around it by asking one of the lower staff to get him more towels, because the front desk staff is going to notice.
Yeah, they'll know.
That
He's actually America's most
count.
wanted man.
Yeah.
Well, this dude's insane.
I hope he never stays at another hotel.
I hope he just has to be wet for it.
I hope his house has
Soggy
no
bitch.
Hey, you're damp.
You don't like the word moist? Too bad.
All right, our next story is from Malicious Compliance.
I love these. I love
Hey.
these so much.
That sounds like just the Republican Party slogan.
So, boss wanted everything done by the book, so I did. Entire office shut down for a day. Sounds like a fun title.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Oh,
Not
damn.
gonna
This
lie.
is about the government.
I work at a lab as a lab technician at a hospital in Milwaukee. I've been there for 9 months. My supervisor, Derek, is one of those guys who panics about everything. 2 weeks ago, state inspectors came through and he completely spiraled. Started implementing all new protocols that are technically in our staff manual, but nobody actually follows them because they're outdated from like 1997.
Sex ed.
Friday morning, he sends this department-wide email in all caps about how we're doing everything by the book from now on. Zero shortcuts. He doesn't care if it takes longer. Anyone caught skipping steps gets written up.
Cool.
Yeah. Thing is, our equipment sterilization protocol is the official, as the official manual requires, takes 8 hours of UV exposure between uses. That's a full shift.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 pieces of equipment. We run maybe 40 tests a day across all of them. You see the problem. Monday morning, I start the UV cycle on the first machine I use. Derek walks by and later asks why I'm not running samples. I show him the manual, show him his email, explain the math. If we actually follow protocol, we can run maybe 3 tests total per day as a department. So his face went through like 5 different emotions. Tries to say, that's not what I meant. And I'm like, but you said everything by the book, zero shortcuts.
Yeah.
He had to call the department head. They had to get someone from compliance on the phone. Turns out that protocol was supposed to be updated in 2015 and just wasn't. Nobody noticed because nobody followed it. Mm-hmm. We shut down non-emergency testing for the entire day while they pushed through an emergency protocol update. Derek won't make eye contact with me now. My coworker Amanda bought me coffee this morning, so that was cool.
It's just a really random at the end.
I was like, good job, Amanda. You made his day better.
What hospital is this? I don't want to go.
Oh no, somewhere. I'm not getting hurt in Milwaukee. That's for damn sure.
Milwaukee, what are you doing?
So UV exposure for 8 hours, which is almost 3 times the actual necessary amount for most sterilization, as far as I understand. That does sound like something you'd do it back in 1997.
Yeah, 97 before you prove that, you don't need 8 hours.
And before there was even like a whole bunch of extra testing available. Like we weren't even doing DNA tests at the same level that we were right now, or like drug testing. So there's just I don't know what that's hospital.
I was just saying this hospital. What's a hospital? They probably do a little bit of everything.
It could be a teaching hospital, anything, but like 40 down to 3 tests per day. And we don't know what kind of manager. It seems like he's just like an operations manager, not like an administrator. Yeah, someone's coming down on you hard.
Well, yeah, because you just shut down the whole testing department for what? Your own internal panic?
For not knowing that they were supposed to update the protocol.
He just freaked out because they were coming. It didn't even sound like they didn't say they got reprimanded or anything.
Oh no, yeah, there was an inspection. And
but it didn't sound like they failed the inspection. It was just like, we gotta keep everything as it is by the book.
Every part of this story just fostered distrust in the American healthcare system. Like every level of this, they didn't know they had to update the codes. They were just doing what they wanted. They're going AWOL. They were doing the right thing, but they didn't know they were doing the right thing. And then guy comes in and he doesn't know what he's doing, and then they don't know. I just feel like at every level, this is very disturbing.
Well, yeah, it sounds like Derek shouldn't be in Derek's spot.
Also, with a name like Derek, if I'm in a hospital and Derek's taking care of me, I'm sorry.
Dr. Derek.
Dr. Derek?
Dr. Derek.
Sounds like a DJ.
Isn't that the Grey's Anatomy guy?
Dr. Derek Derrickson?
Derek?
Yeah, the Mr. Dreamy Face or whatever.
Is his name Derek?
I don't think his name is Derek.
Drop in the comments.
Yeah, drop it in the comments.
If I'm right.
What's McDreamy's real name?
Actual name?
Is it Derek?
Derek. It's Derek.
Can't be Derek.
I don't think he's a Derek.
And you know what?
Derek.
Even if it is, that's a TV show.
What?
I don't need Derek's running real life healthcare.
That's not a documentary.
I don't need actually Derek touching my blood samples.
Yeah, no. I've enjoyed many Dereks in my life. I like a lot of Dereks. I don't trust them with medical stuff.
If your name is Diryk, your parents did you wrong,
I mean, yeah, that's just...
I think this lab needs more towels.
Obviously,
that would make everything better. Also, the hero of the story, Amanda, for buying
that coffee.
Yes, Amanda.
Go, Amanda.
Yes.
Out there making days for people.
You know what I'm saying?
Amanda has towels.
It felt unrelated. Amanda has towels.
Yeah.
Top comment.
Yeah.
If you have a written safety protocol that nobody is following, that's a major lawsuit risk, which is fair.
I will say, yeah, Derek did he exposed some issues with the lab. I'm not fully anti-Derek here.
Yeah. Well, Derek didn't know. It wasn't like Derek was doing this because he knew that it needed to be updated.
Yeah.
Like, but the comment goes on, but if you're not updating your manuals in almost 2 decades with updated safety procedures, that's a whole other thing. Because, like, I feel like that also, having protocols on file is one thing, but if they're fucking 20 years old and they were supposed to be updated a decade ago.
They're 30 years old. Yeah. I was born in 97. Me and the manual were made the same year.
What is interesting, though, is, like, yeah, he panics about everything, and then he sends out the all-caps email should have told you that he didn't know what was going on. And if you have, like, if you're a person, because I imagine the only reason they weren't following procedures is because somebody, probably before Derek, created different procedures during training that aren't written down, right? Which happens a lot, especially working, like, big companies. Like, when I worked for Elections Canada, they did give you a huge manual. They're like, read this, but then there was also a manual online that took precedent. So they're like, yeah, read this, but if something is in here that doesn't make sense, go online and find it out. And the online one gets updated every year, and the printed material literally was from like 2001. And I was like, you guys give me books from 9/11? What are you doing?
I mean, he's an annoying boss. The not making eye contact thing is funny. I will say having a boss that overfollows protocol is annoying. This is a very comparable thing. I worked at a dispensary, and there's lots of rules that no one follows.
What do you think? Yeah.
But my manager, everything to the T. You weren't allowed to be high on your shift, all these different things. And meanwhile, I knew a guy who worked at a dispensary where in the basement they got a convection oven hood so they could hotbox themselves in it.
Nice.
And then we weren't...
I mean, you're not hotboxing.
I was going to say, if the vent is going, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, but it's to be able to smoke inside.
I'm not a scientist.
But also, if you don't get high, how are you supposed to go above and beyond?
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
To infinity and the bong. This is what we're supposed to do. And you want me to not be high at my job making other people high? Right. How are they supposed to trust me?
I never understood the whole thing of like, oh, they can't be high selling weed. But it's like, but it's the product.
I will say, I do get not being drunk working at the LCBO, though.
Oh, I think that's totally different.
Yeah. Drunk is different.
Well, drunk is very different than high. Because like high, yeah, it'll slow down your motor functions a little bit. How many people get into a fight high?
On weed.
Yes. The high, definitely gotta clarify the high.
Well, I think, in fact, to work at a dispensary, you gotta pass the test high.
Right?
You know what I mean? You gotta teach me the POS high. You had to learn the job high, do the job high, he had high results.
Yeah.
Even, you're not allowed to have
Name that movie.
Children in dispensaries.
Loved that movie. that movie let me know I was going to love smoking weed before I started smoking weed. Name the movie in the comments.
You're too young, I'm sorry.
Free tickets for anybody who can name
For what movie?
Oh, exactly.
Say it! I wasn't listening to you.
Study high, take the test high,
you get
high scores. Oh, got blunt?
Yeah.
Got weed?
We're old.
If you just tell me the name of the movie.
Can't.
I know, now we left it for the thing.
Yeah, it's an Easter egg. You can just Google it. Like, put it into ChatGPT like you kids all do.
Be like, what movie were they doing bullying on me with?
Put a link in the comments because none of us have Netflix.
I'm almost 30 years old. I am the same age as their manual.
Manual.
Which has been established as very old.
Oh, God, that's absolutely fucking hilarious. Derek, I hope that your bosses told you to get bent.
I think they did.
You gotta chill, Derek. You gotta chill.
Ask the staff what they're running on, like what they're doing.
You want iOS 4?
You know, so much shit has been updated in their space since '97.
I think you just never checked.
You would hope. Honestly, I don't know if it has.
It is the American healthcare system.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
Yeah.
But it's a city. It's one of the top 25 major cities.
25.
Milwaukee.
It's probably 22, you know?
They're probably using Cold War era technology.
100% half of the machines are on vacuum too.
Yes, there's still asbestos in the walls.
They take blood samples with bayonets.
Yeah.
We have no anesthetic. Here's some vodka.
Yeah.
Pour some gin on it, you know, call it a day.
Pray to your God.
Well, we know who's the one true God. Mamdani.
I would think the most prayed to God out there the dear God. Every time something crazy happens, people are like, dear God!
Get the fuck out. Fuck out of here.
Forget to do the violation be swarming out. This man is paid to be funny. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Alright, so a lot of things going on with people just wearing like black in these stories, as is with the next story. So, this one comes from Don't Work Here, Lady.
Hey.
The title is Because I'm Wearing Black. I, 15 female at the time that this took place, was with my mom at a beauty supply store after she picked me up from school that day.
Wholesome.
I was wearing my school uniform with my mom's black work cardigan because I was cold. We were browsing. I was holding her basket, grabbing stuff off the shelves for her to see. I'm 1 inch taller than my mom, LOL. Good for you. We're in the middle of looking at something before I walked off to grab something in another part of the store, with basket in my hand. I was alone, scanning a shelf with the basket of my stuff, when I heard, "Excuse me," and felt somebody was standing behind me. I thought I was blocking her path or something, so I moved even closer to the shelves and mumbled out, "Sorry. The aisles aren't even that small to begin with. There's so much space."
Enough for you and basket.
Yeah. Then I felt it, the hand pushing my shoulder, so I turned around wondering why the hell this person was touching me. Anyway, when I turned around, terrified, I think she finally realized I was in fact not an underpaid minimum wage worker that she wanted to terrorize. Then my mom came around the corner. I said to my mom, "I found something else, come see." So I ran away from the lady and didn't look back. Mom asked what happened with the lady, and I said nothing really happened. She just wanted to pass, I think. It really wasn't important enough at the time for me to remember, or it didn't register in my head yet what happened.
I mean, she's talking about this like a huge trauma.
Then we went to the cashier and we saw it. The lady was there. That's the employee that ignored me and refused to help me. Or something to that effect.
Okay.
The cashier, "Ma'am, that's a child."
Sir, this is Wendy's.
My mom realized the lady was talking about me and sent me outside to wait while she handled things. I went and got ice cream by myself and waited outside for maybe 7 minutes before my mom came out with the bags. I asked her what was up. The lady apparently thought I was staffed because I was wearing a black cardigan. I was wearing my school uniform under it, very visibly, white socks, white shoes, white shirt, and a blue skirt and tie, with my school monogram. She said she thought I didn't want to help her because she's black.
Oh, whoops.
My mom cut that shit out real quick and said that she'd better leave us alone and stop talking before the police get called for child abuse for her touching me.
I'm liking our first narrator lesson less, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why was she like this, LMAO? Last line.
That's some Alfredo bullshit.
Definitely.
At
like,
the end there, at the
well, yeah, for
child
like
abuse.
child abuse. Like
Come on.
it's a bit excessive. Definitely like going child abuse.
I will
like,
say, don't be touching retail workers.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Don't be touching
she did not have a right to touch you.
In the
Definitely, like that's far.
But the police, that's crazy.
This lady is obviously like just looking to read into things a bit anyway.
I imagine you're in a situation like that, you pour as much gas on that fire to try and get it to stop. It's a little ridiculous. Like, yeah, why did you think this person was here in a full uniform?
You could take a second and look at somebody. Rarely in retail does somebody come to work in a skirt.
Yeah, be like,
A tie. Well, I mean, tie, maybe a manager.
Depends on what you do.
But
yeah.
like,
she thought
a skirt?
she thought it was also a Catholic school. Yeah.
Also, what kind of store is it? Like a hardware store? or
No,
something?
makeup.
Yeah, this sounds
supply.
more like sounds like a beauty supply store. Even if it was like a fucking Shoppers or CVS type shit. Like, it's a drugstore with cosmetic stuff, whether it's a cosmetic store, whatever. But like, sure, there are people that are young that work there, but it's like, you don't just get to go up and be like, hey, help me.
No.
Right? And most of the time when people are working in those stores, they're wearing a vest, not a cardigan.
Yeah, or just work appropriate pedestrian clothing with a name tag.
Yeah,
like,
again, name tags usually signify I work here.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed that, because when they were saying, oh, I had my basket with me, a lot of times employees do have a basket, like they're putting stuff back.
Yeah, putting stuff back. Like,
They're
I get
taking
that.
stuff off, I get that. But like,
But they're not enough Catholic girls.
for one,
Yeah.
any employee I've ever approached, I mean, maybe this is a Canadian thing. I walk up and say, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, you're not like, hello!
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Like,
place
pay attention.
The only place where maybe I'd be mad to find someone is Canadian Tire, because there's never anybody
That's true.
to help you in any single Canadian Tire. They deserve all of the shrink they get.
It's like you're shopping in the maze in the fourth Harry Potter movie.
Oh,
It's just-
100%.
yeah,
100%. It feels very finders keepers after a while.
I think that towel guy and this lady should be together.
I mean, they sound perfect for
I
each
think they
other.
deserve each other.
How do you know they're not?
This is the embarrassed woman.
Right,
Yeah,
she
she's-
comes in embarrassed and then goes and does this 20 minutes later.
She's in the beauty supply store getting very tiny towels for it.
Yeah. This is the same day.
Oh, these are the towels that make me feel big.
Yeah. The end there, where the mom was trying to press the child abuse angle,
It's a bit excessive.
That's bullshit. And that's, Mama Bear going crazy. She didn't have to do all that. But it's like, after you say, hey, that's not an employee, that's it.
That should be the end of it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really should be the end of it.
Once the employee was like, I don't know her, leave the store.
Then you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go buy stuff somewhere else.
Yeah.
I didn't
When
fucked
they're
up.
like, this is-
Reload, restart.
100%. If that happened to me, if I thought someone was an employee and they're not, which has happened.
I know, yeah.
Doesn't matter what I'm buying today, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Well, because I've definitely said, excuse me, like, do you know where this is to somebody who didn't work there? And they've just been like, oh, I'm working. I'm like, cool.
Do people assume you work
Like-
places? People think I work in retail environments. They think that
Well,
I
you do
work
have
there.
resting retail face.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
because of the trauma from the years in retail.
And one time it did happen to me, it was my fault. I was putting stuff back.
You were behind the cash register. He
Just
was-
fully
yeah.
typing it.
Just creating a schedule.
Yeah. Nah, that's stupid. Don't be touching people. Don't be calling the
It's
police
like,
because
never
of a
be
towel on
touching
the shoulder.
employees. Like, don't be touching employees. Nobody, like, even if you work in retail, nobody wants to be touched.
No, I'm not like pro annoying lady, like the subject of it, but also the way this like white girl at the end, but just the way she's bringing it up feels. I
Yeah.
just don't like. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I don't think you were like racially profiling anyone, but
You just weren't.
Well, I
an
mean, you
employee.
just don't work there. That's really all it is.
I don't want to help black people. I quit.
Yeah.
Like, I know, right?
Which probably does happen in Arkansas, but
Right.
like this is
Yeah.
not that.
You know,
Are we still in Milwaukee? Where are we?
No, I think this might be Arkansas. I don't even know.
Kansas.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't give any real identifiers.
The
to
fact
where
that there's
in
a
the world
private
it is.
school involved and a beauty supply store, she goes to get ice cream. This could be anywhere, but I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's a private day school.
I'm gonna say California.
Cali.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, fair enough.
It's that school that the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer went to.
Okay.
Yeah. There were just lesbians out in the open in that school.
There were a lot of lesbians.
Top comment. That's insane. And even if you did work there, don't touch the employees.
Don't touch retail workers.
Yeah.
Don't touch customer service in general. Don't touch service workers. Don't touch your dishwasher. Don't be touching
Don't be
nobody.
touching people.
Don't be doing it.
Don't be doing it.
Don't be touching strippers. Don't be touching anyone.
If you are a UFC fighter, don't even touch your opponent.
Don't even.
Don't do it.
Anybody.
Win the fight without touching.
Psych them out. It's mental game.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Don't even get
Do
close.
you think that mom was gonna fight that woman?
I mean, mom seemed hyped up.
Right?
Like,
Right?
which, like, I get it, you know, protect the kid. Like, sure, totally do that, but it's also a bit much to be like, calling the cops.
And your kid's taller than you. Like, really, you know.
Also, having been in a beauty supply store, there's no way that a black woman is asking a white girl for help. Because whatever she needs, the white girl can't help you.
She don't know what it's at.
She doesn't know where it is. She doesn't know the right tone. She has no idea what 4C is. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the
Yeah.
person to ask for help.
But, you know, in Arkansas, she's the only one who works.
Yeah, there's no other option. Yeah.
That you don't go to that. There's even here in Toronto, there's beauty supply stores that I know black women do not go to. There's
Yeah.
like two specific ones that they'll go to because they know that other black women work there and they can actually provide adequate help. You don't walk into a no, you're not.
I can't find shampoo at anything
No.
near me.
I wonder where every single time someone thinks I'm an employee is Value Village.
For context, Value Village is the Canadian Goodwill, basically. It's
No, I mean, it's like this.
It's nicer than Goodwill.
Is it?
Because like Goodwill's
It's
at
Great
least,
Will.
You're right. Value Village, I think they're owned by a bigger
yeah,
clothing
they're
company.
full ass like company.
Good, but they're still like run on donations. Like they both do, definitely. Good Village, Value Village is not buying clothes, but they're selling them at brand new clothing prices. So it does you look like you work at Value Village in Burlington. I think I want to say yeah.
I don't know. I thought I had to do their
Like
hair.
this is a summer job for you.
They're like, "Hello, can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Have you ever just helped someone?
Definitely.
They're like, "Yeah, it's over there."
There's been times I went out on my way to help someone, once again, because I knew that what they were looking for was very specific and the employee wouldn't know. This was in Future Shop, back when Future Shop was a thing. If you don't know, Future Shop is like Best Buy, but scummy.
Come buy a $200 computer and pay us $5 for it over 20 years.
Yeah, 100%. Someone was looking for a particular like attachment, and the employee was about to send them to something that I knew did not work. This is back when people were looking for like VGA to HDMI adapters. Like stuff that just doesn't exist. But they were selling cables that look like they work. And I was like, nope, you don't want this, you want this, and these are the upscalers. And the employee was like, whoa, you just made me more money. Because, like, there was commissions on stuff, and so I worked for free, easily for, like, 15 minutes.
You should have taken that commission.
Yeah, you're like, all right, you owe me $5
Easily for, like, 15 minutes. I explained everything that was going on, showed them the right cable, told them why it would work and why it wouldn't work on this other thing.
You just like to cosplay as retail workers.
So if you see Clif Knight in the store, even if he doesn't work there, he probably knows something.
I'll probably help you in some way. If it's something I know about. Like,
final story of the day. Fucking comes to us from Malicious Compliance. Boss took credit for my work. Malicious compliance occurred. I was hired as a manager to create the contracts department of a tech startup. My boss was on the opposite coast as me, and we barely spoke. About a year, the company hired consultants to overhaul departments, except for contracts, because it was running so smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Boring. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was truly proud of this. The company sent me on a paid trip to the Bahamas as a thank you.
Oh, not boring.
Nice.
Okay.
After I got back from vacation, I asked for a promotion to the director level. My boss said I just wasn't there. I asked for a list of what I would need to do to become a director. He sent me a list which was everything I was already doing, and basically admitted that if I was a director, he would no longer be able to take credit for my work.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yep. Friends told me I needed to either leave or put up and shut up instead. I chose to kill with kindness. I wholeheartedly apologized to my manager for overstepping and said that I am going to step back into the manager role that I have. So I printed out the manager responsibilities and posted them to my desk. Things went south quicker than I could have imagined. Mm-hmm. We started missing sales targets. Product said my boss agreed to a term in an agreement that would completely destroy their budget and product rollout. My boss didn't know commission agreements and let sales manipulate contracts, so they were paying commission on contracts with termination clauses. I only interjected once to stop a contract amendment from being approved because my boss was unknowingly letting a VP artificially inflate sales numbers. The controller and CFO had to get involved. Eventually, the CEO was called in. So stories started circulating about my boss holding stress balls and cursing in meetings. I was more relaxed than ever, and during my newfound free time at work, I studied for and obtained my professional certifications. I would also leave work early and get to the gym before it got busy. About a month after I unloaded my added responsibilities, my boss gave me a 7% bonus. It was unspoken, but I could tell he wanted me to take back on the director responsibilities without the title. I continued to follow the manager description to a T. 6 months later, after taking 10 days of my unlimited paid time off, I was included in layoffs, took 3 months off, and then got another job at a 35% pay increase. While I am happy to be making more money, I truly love the company and people I worked with. It's defeating to watch someone continually take credit for your work. I mean, definitely true.
Kind of just a blonde brag.
Basically, they were like, I was doing all this shit great, and the company failed without me.
Well, it doesn't seem like a company failed. That manager failed.
Director.
Yeah, that director did not know what they were doing, obviously.
Also,
they weren't supposed to be in that position.
Well, it's one of those things with corporate America is you'll get promoted to your level of incompetency, right? But it seemed like this guy was completely incompetent.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was he doing with his time before the guy stopped doing his job? You know what I mean? Like,
I
what
feel like
was
this
he...
dude was probably reading Reddit and playing golf. I don't know
Yeah.
what he was doing with his time beforehand, because he fucked up by admitting that he just takes credit for his work.
asking for more towels.
Well, I imagine more of what he said is, if you don't do your job, it makes my job harder. It's like,
Yeah, I feel like he might have just been brazen enough to say, like,
Yeah.
you know, if I promote you, I can't take credit for your work.
Yeah, I'm
thinking
here-
it's a fun thing
Yeah,
to be
I'm
like, well, you
here
know,
to make sure that your work is recognized.
yeah, getting the recognition for the work.
Yeah,
Like,
point.
so what am I doing it for?
Crazy that this director's not fired.
No, those
mean,
guys
yeah.
don't get fired because they know the bodies are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some dirt on somebody. They don't need to be able to actually do the job.
Or literally depot situation.
Got dirt on
Yeah.
their knees. Yeah.
He's definitely not in a position to be able to move himself, but like management should have realized.
Yeah, he should have just gone over his head.
Yeah.
I have a theory that all of these guys are Derek. Like, this is one man.
Derek's just out here fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah, it just very much feels like the same energy from story to story.
I mean,
The
yeah.
lady was Derek in a costume.
Derek in a wig.
Derek in a wig.
Today's episode of Derek.
I mean, good for you for getting a trip to the Bahamas. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, the company already recognized how well he was doing,
Yeah.
and then didn't do anything further. They're like, "We'll send you to the Bahamas. Great work."
Yeah,
And then
sometimes that works.
Works, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that would work on me.
Yeah,
well,
for
but
like a year at
if
least.
you want to move up, like he should have gone above his
Should have
direct
gone over
boss's
him.
head,
Yeah, like took on all that note. Kill with kindness is one thing, because it's like you'll eventually lose your job, but if you don't care, if you feel secure enough, because I'm trying to figure out exactly what the role is here, because if your job is to make sure that like sales aren't creating inflated numbers or bad contracts, because if your salespeople have the power to put a termination clause into a contract for new clients or new vendors, then that means that this is probably like some sort of service that they're selling, right?
I know the things you're saying. I know what you're talking about.
Right. And it's this manager's job to make sure that that isn't too bad, or like that doesn't happen or something like that. And then you have an underling checking that for you. Then that means that you're making so much money. And the sales guys are making so much money, but they've also started to inflate their sales numbers for some reason, and you were the only person catching that. That's crazy. Those sales guys need to be fired.
I mean, yeah, but that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing.
I'm glad that they got a new job and got better pay, and they got a 3-month vacation.
I'll
too.
take your director job.
I'll go to the Bahamas.
Well, because no, they didn't have the director job. They just had a manager job, and like it was like they were in charge of creating contracts for the department. But I guess final stop was at this director's desk. And the director
Was just passing it
was
off.
just passing everything on because he assumed that the manager did everything, and he's like, well, that's not actually in my purview. I was just trying to do this to show you I could, so I could get a promotion, and now you're just like, but do it.
You could even say, give me assistant director. And then once you get a seat at that table, then you go over his... This is the thing. You're not snaky enough, OP. You need to start working the way that the American capitalist system actually works.
Assistant to the director.
And then replace the director.
Ask me for directions. Yeah.
It sounds like the director got what he deserved.
But he didn't get laid off.
No.
OP did.
Well, we don't know if he later didn't.
The fact that he didn't lose his job first is the thing that...
I mean, yeah, he definitely should have lost his job first. But, because 6 months later, I guess we would have heard about it if he would have lost it before. Because we don't know who got let go in those layoffs. I doubt the director lasted much longer.
Knowing my way around corporate America, I guarantee they found someone else to just do that work, probably for less money, who's not looking for that title. That's probably what happened, is he probably put in the work or put it to HR to find somebody with this person's matching qualifications and experience, brought them in, and then just kept taking credit for their work.
Like,
I mean, but yeah, in that meantime, how much did that cost them? Because this dude did not know the contract.
Yeah, 100%. Cost them a bunch of money, and depending on how big this company was, they probably did not.
Well, it's a tech startup, so I don't know how big. They're big enough to hire on staff, so they got some funding.
Anybody who's watched Silicon Valley, you know, middle out.
Top comment, put me in my place, I'll stay there.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. Somebody else put like one of the best parts of my job was promoting one of my employees. I can't understand why you'd be a manager of people if you couldn't find the joy in making someone success.
So he was finding the joy in golf.
All right.
Here's the thing, though. There's no actual reward for that. That's the problem with
Well, no, like that's the thing. It's like you're
corporate structure. The only way you survive in that system is by being the snakiest snake. You know.
A sneaky snake.
all the snaky in the grass.
Which is why I'm not good in corporate North America. I can't do the snake thing.
Man. Thank you for joining us on this episode of UpVoted Chaos. My name is Danton Lamar.
I'm
Mickey
Mickey
Dykeman.
Dykeman.
Clif Knight, catch me at Cliffy So Funny.
Mickey Dykeman on all the things.
And at Danton Lamar and all the things. Like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.